Good morning. Let's quickly make a common Hoya care tips video before my lovely but noisy family get home. I don't have rare Hoyas, but I think it's quite good to know that some different tips than the new generation about Hoya. My friends laugh at me that once I start buying Hoya, I will get into the rabbit hole, but I'm not because I grew up with them. They remind me of the friendly uncles and aunties in the neighborhood, so I know them, but I don't fancy them. I love to see them grow happily and healthy. Now it takes too much space. I will give them to my friends and also sell some of them. But I think maybe you are interested in a different care tips. Here is the Hoya linearis. In the market at the moment, I think probably the easiest one. And here is Hoya canosa Crimson Princess. I have a bigger pot upstairs, too lazy to take it down. And here is the big Hoya canosa Crimson Queen. The leaves are much bigger than I bought them. And here is Hoya australis. And here is Hindu rope, Hoya compacti. It grows very, very slow. If you want one, strongly suggest that we buy at least a middle-sized one. Don't buy cutting. It takes forever and ever. So now, first thing first, temperature from 20 to 25 degrees. If it's below 1 degree, they will die. They are native to South China, Southeast Asia, and some part of Australia. I have seen in South China people and Southeast China people grow it literally like climbing rose on the at the entrance of their house. It could be very huge. Light, bright, indirect sunlight. In winter, could stand directly on the east-west facing window. In summer, retreat 1 meter or put a curtain in front of it. And they don't need a long time of sunlight, actually. Minimum 3 to 4 hours they could bloom. By the way, traditionally in our old generation, they normally bloom 3 times a year, have a break in the winter. If they don't, we check the environment and conditions. What is very important, people don't mention anymore these days, is stable location. Don't ever move them after you decide their location in your house, in your room. Could be 1-2 meters away from the location because of the seasons, but don't move it out, move it in until you are really, unless you are very experienced with Hoyas. They will lose leaves even if you only move it from a room to another room. I bought this Hoya linearis not because I need one. It grows really long, more than half, more than twice the length when I bought it. I bought it because a young girl have this poo plant in hand. At that time, it's so long. She's turning it like crazy. And all this dust and flowers are flying around. She said, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? I cannot look at it anymore, so I just pay it and take it with me home. She will kill it without knowing it. Don't turn it around like crazy. To stable their stems cost a lot of energy for Hoya. Please don't do that. As you can see, this is the first time I ever move my Hoyas together from their standing location. Even when I do videos, I don't move them. These other houseplants are not so sensitive about this moving, but Hoya are very sensitive. And root bond. Unlike other most house plants, they need root bond. Hoya is a girl who likes stable. She will focus all the energy to grow root first. Until they have a kind of root bond, then they will start to grow bigger leaves and stronger stems. Then they will like ready, steady, go and climb like crazy. Then you will have a very strong full plants. So don't report it to if you see experienced Hoya grower, you will find that pot is ridiculously small. That's why. As you can see, I show you this queen. Look, the pot is so, and it was quite tall, this guy, and the leaves grow bigger and bigger. I try to put the air root on the trellis that they can touch the material, then give them the signal that it's safe to grow bigger leaves, it's safe to climb up. Otherwise, even if you have a small plant, I would put it on trellis. This I also have it on the hanging basket, I also fixed there. Otherwise, they will shoot these very, very long stems. This is in searching of somewhere they can hold. So better put them on trellis. Don't wait for this to happen if you don't like it. And humidity above 50% is enough. Of course, if you can 70-80%, they will grow like crazy. And as long as you can see the new growth point is soft and like this, full of potential, that is fine. The humidity is fine. Don't need, if you are not propagating, don't need 80%. And airflow is very important. We need fresh air exchange from outside. Try not to grow them in a very small sleeping room, which we never open the windows. It will be paradise of mealybugs. And potting mix. They are native on the acid soil. pH value ID will be around 5.5. So potting mix, I use normal house plants potting mix 60%, then 20% perlite or pumice, then 20% of orchid bark. Orchid bark is very important because it lowers the pH value to the acid side. The percentage is by volume, not by weight. Orchid bark is very important, don't forget it. Water. Look, touch the leaves to decide whether they need water or not. It varies from once per week to once per month, depending on the plants. We don't count the days to water it, we look at the plants. For example, linearis is very obvious. When it's full of water, don't need water, the leaves are like this. Look, the stems are reaching out. Like this, they are reaching out. Leaves are reaching out and firm. They don't need water. If they are a little bit dry, it goes like all the leaves goes down, and the stems will not reach out with this angle. This is very easy to notice, and please give water a good drink, and don't let them sit in water. And the other common Hoyas just touch the leaves. The new leaves will be soft anyway. Touch the middle age and old leaves if they are very hard and firm. Look, very firm. It don't need water at all. Please don't water it only because you think I did not water it for 3 weeks. Please don't do that. They will have a root rot. So most of the time the soil is on the dry side. And when you water it, especially the Hoya compacta, better to shower it to, this is a kind of de-dust, especially when the leaves are so firm together. So we take the water chance to clean the dust also. And pot material, because most of the time it stay on the dry side, so I use plastic or clay pots. It's not a very important. Just don't let them sit in water, and never count the days to water it. It's very dangerous. Visit parents. You don't need to do anything, just let the Hoya in the house 1 month. Nobody has ever any problems. So, and also, yes, and after Hoya flower, please don't cut away the peduncle, because next round flower will keep growing on this old peduncle and getting more and more round. They are very pretty. And repot, because Hoya prefer root bound, so every 2-3 years is enough. Practically speaking, from me, you will never see the root coming out of the pot, because once they have no space in the pot anymore, they will put all the energy to shoot out new growth and climb very high. It's different from other house plant. Pests, because most of the time the surface of the soil is dry, so there's no danger of fungal gnats. If you see them flying around, please take it out, check the root. 99% is root rot. And mealybugs, yes, with the fresh air exchange, which is also very good for our own health. I personally have no experience with mealybugs, but I hear a lot of story about it. Just take the rubbing alcohol and a cotton stick and get rid of them. Airflow precaution is more important than the treatment. And propagating we know, and just cut a piece of him and stick in the potting mix or in the perlite or in the pumice. It's quite easy. And that's it, I think. So I will give them away to friends and sell 2 of them perhaps. And I hope this could help. I emphasize again that stable, don't shake them, don't move them around until you have years of experience, and don't be nervous about water and humidity. Give them root bound, give them stable life and fresh air. They will thrive in your house. So thanks for watching, thanks for your patience, and have a nice day with the houseplant.